Hello everyone, this is Bree. We are headed out to the garden. Me and all of the big kids, the babies are napping. Hopefully we're gonna get the rest of our spring garden planted, but at minimum we're gonna get the last of our lettuces and greens planted. Plus I wanna go take a look at everything. We had a big rain over the weekend and I have not been out to the garden to see if that made everything explode. A lot of times rain will just make your garden explode. Grace, can you grab all these seeds for me?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I like your bubble water.
You can have my bubble water. I'm bringing the monitor out to the garden to see if it still works all the way out here. Hey boys, go to the backyard and in the playpen are the herbs and the lettuces. Can you go grab them?
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, the onions are perking up. They're all standing nice and straight and tall, getting rooted in. That's good. Look at the peas. Oh, they're looking so pretty. Can you guys see that through the netting? Oh, look at the peas. And then here is the broccoli. It has grown double. It has doubled in size, so I need to go in. Some of them have 2 in a hole, so I need to go in and pick off one of them now that I see that they're doing really, really well. Uh-oh. Part of my covering is blown off on this side. Hopefully nothing got eaten. This is my cabbage. We need to cover that up for the cabbage moths to get it. Oh, good job. Thank you. Just take it down to the next bed down.
Can you help me?
Right here.
Okay.
Those are gorgeous.
The netting came off. Look at this one.
Yeah, I know. I'll fix it.
The tall one.
So most of these look good. That one's dead, it looks like. I wonder what's going on with that one. But everything else looks good.
Got it.
Yeah, maybe. And then our lettuces. Here's our romaine. The romaine has definitely doubled in size. Swiss chard has doubled. I need to go in and separate those. There are just 2 in each hole. Ow! That mulch hurts today. Ouch.
Mostly because it's hot.
Yeah, it's not wet too. The kale has doubled in size. This Swiss chard has doubled. Everything looks incredible. So we have cilantro, dill, and parsley, spinach, and arugula. And this arugula already bolted. That's kind of a bummer. I haven't even planted it yet. It hasn't been that warm. I'll just pull that off. All right, you guys ready to plant?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's get going. Let me show you where we're gonna put it. We'll leave some space for flowers, so let's go down here a little bit.
Oh, that's why you did that.
Yeah.
I brought some sunflowers. Cool. Okay. How deep did they need?
Just up to the top of where the soil already is.
Okay. So that's how close together.
Yeah, we're gonna put them really close together, like kind of right beside each other. See that? We don't want them to get huge. I don't want big old lettuces. I don't like big leaves of spinach. I like little spinach leaves.
Mom, please can we have big lettuces?
They'll get big enough. Right now we're trying to finish up all of our spring planting. Honestly, it would have been nice to have been done a couple of weeks ago, but we got really sick last week and we had to wait to get our garden even put in before we could plant. So today we are going to plant spinach, arugula, baby greens, herbs, hopefully carrots and radishes, and then also potatoes. Right now the boys are putting in the spinach. Bretton's been working on that. Justice is working on the arugula. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. The way you plant your greens is going to decide whether or not it's a baby green. So if you plant your greens really close together, they won't mature and they'll stay really small. And that's basically a baby green. And so that's actually what we're gonna do with all of these plants. I like my lettuces and stuff and like greens like this, small and tender and sweet. And this is how I keep them that way. You're doing great, Justice. Now, if you wanted these full size, you would want to plant them a little bit farther apart. And actually, usually I would plant these closer together, but I didn't buy enough to do as big of a patch as I wanted. So we're actually gonna let these grow a little bit bigger than I usually would. Typically I would plant them right beside each other. I would basically give them no space. But since I didn't get enough, this is how we're gonna do it this year. Same thing with the arugula, just planting it super close together so it doesn't get very big. Grace is planting a mesclun mix, and what she's gonna do is plant seed, not too deep because it's such tiny seeds, cover it with a thin layer of soil, and then these are also gonna be really close together. Like, see, that's only about 2.5, 3 inches. So everything's gonna be very, very close together. We won't thin these or anything. Obviously, we're gonna try not to overseed it. Grace is doing perfect. But we're gonna, we won't thin this at all because we want it to be baby greens. So these are gonna come up, they're not gonna get very big, and we're gonna cut them. And we'll use them as salads. Did you guys hear that bird? Yeah. It's pretty cool, that woodpecker. I love that we have a woodpecker in the neighborhood. Planting greens and lettuces is my favorite. It's my favorite thing to eat. It's my favorite thing to grow in the garden. It's super easy. You may wonder why I bought arugula and spinach starts, and it's because I have a really hard time getting spinach to germinate in the garden, and my friend was offering these starts, so I bought them. That's why. So Grace is gonna make us a bed. Do you remember where you started? Really? Yeah. Oh, okay. So maybe just go to like where my foot is, because we want the rest of this bed to be carrots and radishes and maybe some other baby greens. In the spring, I don't plant nearly as much of lettuces and greens and things as I will in the fall, because these are just cut and come again. You come out here and cut them and they'll grow right back. Cut them, they grow right back, and you can eat them until they get too bitter. In the fall, we'll plant enough of this to eat for the whole winter. So we'll do whole rows of lettuces and whole rows of greens. And what we'll do is harvest them, we'll cover them with low tunnels for the whole winter and harvest them all through the winter, but they won't grow back. So you have to plant enough to eat through the whole winter, since in the winter time, they don't grow back. They don't regenerate. What's your job gonna be? Fishing? Playing. You can water later, huh? That's a fun job. I found a slug in my garden. Yeah, you can have it. I was gonna kill him. It's a big boy. Here you go. Got it? Grace, you wanna do some carrots now?
Sure. Hey, come down here and eat Mommy's weeds. Like that one.
No, those are my herbs.
No. Here. You need some snack.
So what I want you to do is, instead of sprinkling them in how we usually do, I just want you to drop them every like 3 inches. Okay. Just drop a couple in. I know that's hard. I'm gonna help you.
Can I do it?
Yeah. Because it's tedious. Carrot seeds are tiny. Where are your seeds at?
Mine.
Yeah. Did you already open them?
No.
So let's see what kind we're planting. We're gonna plant a carrot, a tender sweet,
can I open
and a kaleidoscope, which is like all different colors. Can I show the packet real quick? Thanks, sweetie. It doesn't matter. We're growing the kaleidoscope for fun because it's all different colors, so that's why we got that one.
Come down here and plant them here.
Yeah, so we're planting them. We're planting our rows 12 inches apart, but we plant the carrots 3 inches apart in the row. Go all the way to the very edge too. Don't waste any space, okay guys? Wilder and Joyful have commandeered this very end of the garden here.
You want 2 rows of carrots?
Don't forget, you're going to put some herbs and lettuces in there too if you want.
I'm going to have, this is my half and this is his little half.
Okay. We are going to grow tomatoes.
Tomatoes are my favorite thing to grow, but I don't like eating them.
Okay,
That's hilarious.
It is really funny.
Why are they your favorite thing to grow?
They're just like
Put some more right here.
so rewarding, you know?
You feel like they're rewarding?
Well, I just think they look pretty.
They do look like you're doing something
Yeah,
amazing.
and if you do it right, you get like a ton more tomatoes than you would get if you planted some carrots or something.
They also take up a ton more space than carrots.
Now right here. Mama, can I have a little bit of garden?
Yeah, we'll talk about it in just a second. Grace is actually gonna dig the trench for the first row of potatoes. I wish I had more than one hoe so we could just get at it. Thank you, Gracie. Before I forget, one thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna get some cardboard and wet it really good and put it on top of where I planted these carrots. Carrots dry out really easy and it takes them 2 to 3 weeks to germinate. So if you're not having a great carrot crop, it could be that your seeds are drying out, and when the seeds dry out, it kills them, kills the little plant in there. So you're gonna wanna make sure and keep your carrots wet. And a really good way is to water them really, really good, and then lay something on top of the area where you planted them, like an old row cover. I'm gonna use old cardboard. And as I see them starting to come up, I'll take that off. So I'll just keep an eye on it. So this whole area will be, I'll just lay down with wet cardboard. It's not a very big area. I just remembered that we have a mattock, so I think I can get started. I'll show you.
It's a garden pickaxe.
It's basically a garden pickaxe, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can use the mattock though to dig another trench for the potatoes so Grace isn't doing all the work by herself. We have shovels too, but I feel like this would work a lot better. Ugh. I don't know how I forgot to get more hose. Brady decided he wants to plant himself a little garden. Usually I would put flowers at the end of the rows, but the kids are wanting their own little space. You're doing an amazing job with your hands. So our goal was to get a 12 to 15 inch trench dug. That's probably not gonna happen perfectly. And it's not like, so when you plant, if we had a 12 to 15 inch trench, what we would do is plant the potatoes and then only cover them up about 6 inches. And then that would actually give us lots of space to easily hill them, because we would actually hill them down over top of the potato plant as it grew, rather than having to pile the dirt up on the sides. I hope that's making sense. But the point is you dig deeper so that you can hill easier. And that may just not happen. We're trying our best to get 12 inches down in there though. I got 3 rows dug. We got 3 rows dug. It might be another day before I can get the 4th row dug, because I want to get the stuff planted before the babies wake up. You planting your garden? So I bought 3 kinds of potatoes to plant, but I realized that that was overdoing it because I really don't have enough space to plant 3 types if I want to get a decent harvest. I have these banana fingerlings. I have these Yukon Golds. And I have red potatoes. Kennebec, I think? No, they're not Kennebecks. I forget what kind they are. But I'm only gonna plant the Yukon Gold and the banana fingerlings, and I'll just give these red potatoes to someone else that gardens. So usually I would cut my potatoes into pieces, let them cure for a day or so, let the wound cure for a day or so, and then I would double or even triple the amount of seed potato I have. But I didn't do that because I don't have enough space as it is for what I bought, so I don't need to do that. It's almost killing me to plant a whole potato. I don't think I've ever planted whole potatoes ever. I've always cut them up. That's what I get for buying too many potatoes. I know better. It's been hard for me to figure out my amounts because I'm so used to buying a certain amount that I've found myself overbuying every time. But I can't make more space for potatoes. We're just gonna stick with 4 rows. We're gonna do 3 rows of the Yukon Gold. We're not gonna cut them.
Yeah, okay.
Because I have more than I need. You're gonna plant them 1 foot apart, okay? With the eyes facing up. Right, I know, it's like, how can you say the eyes facing up when there's eyes around the whole potato? What you working on, buddy?
Trying to get up and...
I have a job for you if you want to use the hoe.
What?
Go to the end of this row. Well, Joy already planted. Oh well, just keep digging deep. That's too far, yeah. Let me put that one a little farther over. We have these planted, and then now if these were actually a full 12 to 15 inches deep, the trenches aren't, we would only cover them halfway, and then as they grew we would hill them from the top down. Rather than hilling it up, we would actually just put the dirt down over top of it. We could not get it quite that deep. It would just have taken us forever. So we're gonna cover it still about 6 inches, and then we'll be hilling this summer. This kind of gives you an idea though of what I'm saying. I still have all this dirt on both sides, so then I would just knock it back down over the plant as the potatoes come up out of the ground. Babies are up. We're gonna take a little break and sit here. You wanna sit with me? Yeah. Hi. Okay, come on, baby.
Push it down.
Yeah, definitely push it down hard.
Should I step on it?
You can do it, Lulu. Knock it down. 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 Knock it down, knock it down. Knock it down. Make sure you're covering them deep enough, okay?
Is this deep enough? Then how is it so low? Is this enough? Yeah.
Hey, are you helping? You want to do some more?
Look, push the side in. See? Push it.
Look, Roy. Watch, mommy. Look. See? Push. Or throw it. Oh, don't let him get it in your face.
I know.
Justice and I are going to work on getting this bed covered to protect it from the deer. That's the only reason we're covering everything, is because of the deer. Some stuff we would cover no matter what because of insects like the broccoli and the cabbage, but we're covering all the other rows because of the crazy amount of deer there are. Okay, my gardening time is over until after bedtime. Right, Lulu? The babies are not having it. So I'll come back out and finish covering the garden and watering everything really good after these babies go to bed for the night. Come on. Okay, while I was making my coffee, I heard the neighbors start playing his bagpipes. So I'm gonna go outside and listen to it before I make dinner. Come on, Royal, let's go listen to the bagpipes. I really love having a neighbor that plays bagpipes. It sounds silly, but it's like something that I kind of hold on to when I'm like, what am I doing in this neighborhood? I'm like, but I have a neighbor that plays bagpipes, and that's pretty amazing. I have one happy baby, oopsie daisy, and one very unhappy baby. Thank you, Brighton. What is that cute smile? You dancing? He must be touching me at all times. On days where I know that I have an afternoon project, I always make sure to plan ahead for an easy meal or a freezer meal. And I'm actually out of freezer meals for dinner. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. Though I am working on a big freezer meal day, hopefully this week. So one of my go-to easy, super fast meals is sausage and peppers, or with rice, or sausage and cabbage. And tonight we're gonna do sausage and cabbage because I have 2 cabbages and I have a whole bunch of sausages. So we're gonna get those cooked up and dinner will be incredibly easy. The kids are playing Legos. They've worked really hard all day and I said, go play, have fun. Why are you so sad? I'm probably gonna have to put you on my back. Everybody's feelings are hurt. Can't win them all. I actually can't find my other carrier, which, if I could, it's an Ombu Hemo, and it's a lot easier to carry 2 babies when I have that one. Hey, hey, hey! I have no idea what's going on with the babies, but he's been freaking out since he woke up from his nap. I offered him food, snuggles, a bottle, water. So we're just gonna do this so I can get dinner made. Okay, Truly, you get to be my helper today. First, we're gonna throw the sausages in this pan, and then we'll just chop up the cabbage and throw it in a pot to cook. I cook a whole head of cabbage, so I cook it in a pot, not a pan like this, because otherwise it just falls out the sides. These are homegrown sausages from friends that gave me a whole pig last spring. And I got to choose my cuts, and I got a lot of sausage. I don't know why you're so sad. What's wrong? Well, hold on. I'm gonna get something you like. Look, Lulu, cabbage. We're growing this. Are you happy now and you're singing? This company, Nakano, they're in Japan, sent me these really cool knives. And I'm trying them out for you guys. I've been using them, and I do like them. I will also keep using them and let you guys know what I really think, because I am really hard on knives. I keep trying to remind the kids, don't put these in the dishwasher. Ooh, see what I mean though? Any sharp knife could do this, but I really like the wooden handle, and I just like the way that it looks. So I want to take good care of it. I keep giving the kids classes on how to care for these knives. Can you say hi? And just like that, dinner is done. That took me 5 minutes, even with a baby on my back and another baby fussing. go outside and see if everyone will be happy. That's usually the trick to all problems, is to go outside. Almost all problems. So obviously I'm gonna need to flip the sausage and saute the cabbage, but it's such an easy meal. I have a few up my sleeve, and I always keep the ingredients on hand so that at the last minute, if I'm having a hard day or a busier day than I thought, I can always throw together a very simple meal, especially if I don't have any freezer meals in the freezer. I think I got away. Found something they were more interested in than fussing. Oh, you're not turning into a skeleton. I know you're starving. We're about to eat. So I decided that I was gonna make some bread and butter to go with this meal because I just realized I did not cook enough sausages. I don't know what I was thinking. But the carbs and the butter will fill everyone up where the sausage is lacking a little. It's a great knife. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. All right, dinner's over, but the babies are not going to bed. So while my kids are playing happily outside on their rollerblades,
Watch out, honk honk.
I'm gonna go water. The babies were not having it. I don't know what's up. They must not feel good still. We were really sick last week. But they were not having it for me to be outside watering and doing all the things, all the like loose ends being tied up in the garden this evening. So tell me what you guys did.
We put the netting on and we put the white posts in.
Did you weigh it down with rocks?
Yeah, and we also watered.
Really? Thank you so much.
And I watered Mom, but it just fell.
What is it?
He said, Mom, I got this flower.
That's pretty funny. I'm so grateful that my kids were able to go out there and get that done for me. Well, you guys, it has been a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next video.